morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Oh my God, I'm stuck in school traffic. Oh, and I need to do what that person did. How are you guys doing this morning? Everybody happy? All right, quick story. Which I think I've said this before. So a lot of times when I get home from work, I'll lay down. Okay. Well, yesterday, and I was tired, so I lay down, and when I woke up, it was like almost 7 o'clock, and I was like, shh. So anyways, so I go, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, he must have come home from school tired, because I haven't heard a word from him. By now, he would have been blowing up my phone saying, hey, what's for dinner, and all of that. I ain't heard a word, right? So I get up and I go, and I'm talking to him, kind of hollering for him through his door. Hey, hello? Nothing. So I'm like, wow, I need to wake him up. I don't want him to go to bed right now. And so I went in there. If you're hiding, I already see you. Though I didn't. Don't try to skip. Just come on out. I already see you. Honey, he wasn't even there. So then, of course, all these things start going through my head. And I'm like, oh my God. So, and his cell phone was laying on his desk. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what has happened? Why would he leave without his cell phone? So I couldn't track him. So I'm like, well, damn. So I'm like, oh my gosh, where's his other backpack? Look for the other backpack. It was there. Because I want to make sure he hadn't, for some reason, just decided I'm going to run away with somebody. I don't know. You get all kinds of weird thoughts. So I'm texting my son in Bama saying, I can't find him. And so he's questioning me about, okay, when was the last time you saw him? Blah, 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 blah. And finally, I hear the key in the door. And I'm like, where have you been? And he said, hanging out with my friend. What friend? Well, it was a couple of them. Well, come here and sit down right here and talk to me about it. He was not hanging with a couple friends. He was with some guy, yet to be determined. He would not tell me if he knows him from school or wherever. And that freaks me out. So now I'm going to have to deal with that. But I said, well, what were y'all doing? Where does this person live? Oh, just across the way there. Okay, what were y'all doing? And he's laughing, okay? He's laughing about it. And he's talking about how they were smoking the devil's lettuce. What? Hell no. First of all, you say you don't really know for sure about this guy. You don't know if he goes to your school or not. You don't know how old he is. You don't know. How stupid. Look, I'm looking at it like I'm talking to him. It's stupid. What the hell is wrong with you? Nah. I said, how many times have you smoked the devil's lettuce? Two. Did you do drugs when you were young? We ain't talking about me and what I did to my time. We ain't talking about that. We're talking about you. No. Lord bejeebers. See, things are different today because there's this thing called fentanyl. And they be putting all this crap into drugs and you cannot be taking stuff, honey. No. Then I saw him. He makes it a point to show me certain things. So he says, can I have a candle? And I'm like, for what? He said, I need one in my room. My room's funky. Maybe you ought to get some Lysol and clean it. How about that? Because it's like, when you go in there, it's like a black hole. You don't know if you're coming out or not. Anyways. So I said, well, you have a candle in your bathroom. You can bring that to me. So he brings it out. And by now I've went and got, my long, the long lighter that you light fire, the long one. And so I said, here, let me have it and I'll light it. And he said, oh, I think I'll go ahead and get this one. And he pulls out a lighter. I'm like, where'd you get that from? Oh, I found it on the ground. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Who knows? So I went into his room last night because it was very, very quiet. And I thought, oh gosh, let me go and make sure that he's blown the candle out. Because he probably went to sleep and the candle was just in there burning. Well, the plan was for going in there, lighter. When I went in there, he was awake. And the lighter was laying right there. And I didn't want to fight. So I went and blew out the candle and everything and so I went in there this morning though before I walked out. I wanted to make sure that Little Bit was all right in there and she was fed, that he had fed her and all of that. And I was rummaging around trying to find the lighter, but he took it with him. Of course he did. Anyways, I told him, I said, you cannot leave. You cannot just leave, and I don't know why. You can't do that. You should have left a note. Yeah. Anyways, always a story in my house, honey. Always something going on. Anyways, I listened to what I said I was going to listen to. Yep. And I'm glad I'm glad the phone is always, like in my back pocket. And I'm only listening because had I been looking at Mandapants while she was talking about things, I'd have been squalling in the corner somewhere. But I felt every emotion that, like, she was angry. Here you've got this damn Catherine over here talking about things that she has no idea about. None. And she's saying things that is... And it can be very triggering for someone. See, with the Mandapants, she said I can't even imagine, honey. She was in the system, for 10 years. That's not an easy life. Not an easy life. Foster care. Oh. No. Then she got her a good family, a loving family, but all that inside that she has dealt with, that's still in there. It's still in there, and it still affects her. So all this bullshit, it just... And I look at it like I'm on the other side of it, because I adopted, and even though it was family, it is still a major process to go through. It still costs a lot of money. Now, we, of course, didn't go through any type of adoption agency, obviously, because I had my child from before he was even born. He was living in my home, okay? So, I mean, he's kind of always been there, but attorneys, court hearings, oh my gosh, the court appearances that we had to go to, all of the filings, it's a lot of money. It's a lot, plus home studies and background checks and all sorts of things. So she doesn't know what the hell she's talking about in anything. She really doesn't. I'm talking about Catherine, not Mandapants. Oh, she obviously does. Because here's the thing, though. Just like what Manda is dealing with, that all that's still inside of her, and when she hears people, like somebody like Catherine, just being stupid, it triggers a lot. And even though my child is family, I'm his grandmother, his bio grandmother, he's dealing with some stuff. He's pissed at the age he is now. Obviously, you know, teenagers, they get mad about everything, but he's pissed. He doesn't understand. No parent, in his mind, what parent gives up their kid? He doesn't understand that yet, but it affects his self-worth. It affects his confidence. He feels like, well, I'm not enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not this. I'm not that. It affects him. And so while she's over here just causing freaking chaos, she forgets that there's still kids involved. And kids nowadays, they get on the internet and they can see things. They can see. And so while she's putting out these allegations, it's going to make these kids question, wait a minute, I thought that they really loved me. Did they never really love me? Blah, blah, blah. Because she's saying shit that she knows nothing about. She needs to shut her damn mouth. It's awful. So she comes up also with this thing about how the bio mother, the bio aunt, and somebody else, how she woke up, Catherine, she woke up to all these messages where these people were reaching out to her. All right, Catherine, if you're listening, I'm going to address you directly. You are a liar right out of the pit of hell. You are not big enough that these people would have even known who you were. Why would someone just suddenly reach out to you? Why? They wouldn't. You're full of shit, okay? You did what you do, and you dug into personal and private information, and you got these people's information, and you contacted them as though you are somebody important. You contacted them. So when they responded to you, you were able to say, oh, well, they reached out. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Because you're a nobody. Just like most of the rest of us. We have these small channels. You ain't that big, Catherine. You are not that important. This adoption and all this this has nothing to do with you. Bitch, focus on the one kid that you barely deal with now. Focus on that. Be the what does she call herself? The spokesperson for, what is it? It's right there, but I can't say it. Yes, there it is. Be the advocate for the one thing that you should be most passionate about. You should be, and that's your son. Yet I have yet to see you really do anything as far as being an advocate for him. What have you done? What have you done for that community? Nothing. Not a damn thing. Because you can't be an advocate long enough before you think, oh, wait a minute, I'm going to be an advocate over here now. Bitch, sit your ass down before somebody puts you down. You need to just zip it up. Shut it up. You just out here causing damn problems. Causing problems. Hurting people that you don't know, so you don't give a shit. You are the worst example of a mother, of an advocate, of a damn human being. Now I know I'm gonna get messages from people saying you shouldn't be driving when you're mad and you're carrying out. Listen, this isn't really mad. No. I would have to pull off the road if I was. I just have a big voice at times, and all her little antics right now with this family. So here's what she does. She goes out and she tries to find a problem, okay? And then she blasts all their information. She doxes them. What do? They completely shut all of their social media down. Lord, it's raining over here. Ugh. they shut down everything. And now, if there was a problem, if those children were in danger, now they're gone. They are off the internet. Now, you're not really going to know. Now, she's also said that, I think she actually said, didn't she say she nudged them to make the call? Or maybe that about something else. I just remember seeing that. But she encouraged, if she herself did not make the call to, I don't know what they're called there, DCS, Department of Children's Services, I don't know. If she did not call them, that she had these bio people make the phone call, which is probably what she really did. She probably pumped their head so full of lies and bullshit information. Listen, she's saying that these bio parents are saying that they were coerced into giving up their children. Don't know these people. Don't know them. But as an adoptor or whatever, I don't know how you coerce someone like that. I don't know how you force someone. I don't know how that's done. With all the time that you have to go to court and you have to do this, you have to do that. I mean, the judge spoke directly to my daughter, and they make sure that they are not, do you understand that, and that's another thing is why would Catherine have even contacted the bios? Because they don't have their kids are adopted. The bios' parental rights have been terminated. So what are they going to do? Yes, Nat. Yes. There's nothing that these people can do. I don't get it. I don't understand it at all. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, that's all it is. She just wants to be the first. Always the first to break the story. Always. Oh, I got to get this out there. She doesn't care about these people whatsoever. Yes, that's funny, Jay. Listen, my other son, that lives in California, listen, that boy, he wasn't bad, but he was a handful because he died. This is back in the this would have been late 90s, early 2000s. He was very much into Slipknot, the band. Okay, y'all know Slipknot. He was very much into that. Even wore those coveralls and all of that. He had colored his hair. His nails were black. And him and his little friend, they were skateboarders also. And honey, they partied. They partied. So, oh my gosh. But again, now it's, Yeah, he better not be. Well, usually if he is not at school, I get a phone call. Oh no. And I went to the grocery store. Yeah, no. Thank you. Who did that? I did set it up just to see if I could on my phone. Thank you. Y'all. Green. Okay? Green. Then they had one